kid wants this. They won't even know what it is. I barely know what it is. They're going to be like 12, 13 and be like, remember those things we had? It was like a box with a face. I think it was that cartoon from Toy Story. Yeah, why did it have a little dial on its head? They don't even know it's a phone. It's ridiculous.
Hey guys, it's Gazbot. Day 46 of 100 days of making comics. Doing a little handheld action. It's going to be a quick one. It's in the afternoon today, which is unusual for me. I'm going for my eye surgery in about an hour. I quick did a half hour, worked some more on the rough. I'm going to put a process up right here.
So I'm picking up where I left off yesterday on the second half of the roughs for page 1. I'm moving in my reference. Here I imported the script because I couldn't remember if there was any dialogue, and there's, I think, 2 bubbles just in the last 2 panels. And I'm laying in the boxes. The top box of this section, I made one huge box. I got rid of the line above it. And the bottom one, I like the idea of helping to frame it with rock in the foreground that'll be solid black. And right there, my computer, it didn't freeze, but the pressure sensitivity goes away sometimes, and I have to restart Photoshop. Okay, so this scene is a wider shot of the mining operation that's going on in the first couple scenes. You see the little squirrel character get disturbed by something going on, and it's miners, and they're knocking down trees and cutting into the earth and stuff. So put this guy here, and then I wasn't sure how much pulled back I wanted to show. I also wasn't sure if this character was going to be the foreman or a regular miner or what, and because the foreman has a line, so I wasn't sure if I was showing him, and I think I ended up making him the foreman as far as where I placed the bubble, but I might change that later. There's a little crane hook in the background that I never actually really designed. I just sort of designed it right there. A couple little mini people. Those little specks are supposed to be leaves and things floating around from all the trees that have got knocked down. And back there is the Lazer tank turret mech thing that you see the reference right under it. It was blending in a little bit. I'll probably have to mess around with the line work and the shading when I'm doing the final so that it'll pop better. And then the whole island is sort of like in a big crater, almost like an old volcano, only much larger. And so this is sort of the wall behind them, which I had to make darker to pop them out. And then the bottom panel here is supposed to be sort of a close-up of some earth or some rock being zapped by the mining laser, and then showing the sort of crystal they're mining for, which is a green crystal, although I'm doing the comic in black and white, so I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to represent that. It's probably going to be more about texture and stuff like that. Right here I'm just putting in heavy shadows to contrast the bright white of the light, which is, you know, the laser digging in, and that's the tank tread of the crane or backhoe or whatever you call that thing with the claw arm from the upper panel, to give you an idea that this is still the mining site, but we're just looking down below. Put a little shading to push that back. And got rid of the rough, or the thumbnail, I guess this is the rough. And so what I did was I drew where the crystal would go in red, and I wanted it to be kind of like thin little veins, as opposed to big old chunks or big old crystals, which would be the easy thing to do, like a quartz crystal sticking out. And then I turned it to white. I thought white would pop it out, and it might when I go in and do the rendering. I might just like leave no rendering on the crystal, but for now I went in and kind of gave it a grayscale, and I think I put a little white highlight on it to pop it out a little bit. Didn't exactly do what I wanted, but I kind of know what I'll have to do. So I put in some temp speech bubbles and some sound effects, double check the script to make sure I wasn't missing any, and that's that page.
And that's that. Now I gotta get going to Laser Eyes. So wish me luck. Oh wait, one thing I forgot. If it's day 46, well then that means we've got 45 days left!